NLK, and welcome back, Mr. Sunshine. He's finally got his hat out. He's coming out to play. Hip hip hooray, Mr. Sunshine. I hope you're here to stay. As you can see, you got a little bit of sun this week. Make sure you wear your sun cream, guys. Get your sun cream on. Factor 50. Head to toe, especially if you're pale like me. Anyway, I always seem to be eating something a bit weird when I'm with you guys, and this week I've got this, it's like a ball. What? Although it started to come apart. And it's like a passion fruit thing, and it's filled with ice cream. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. And cold. But that's good for a day like today. How many ice creams have you eaten this week? It's been half term. The sun has been shining. And what could be better? Oh no. Oh wow, that was really cold on my tooth. Brain freeze. We're all in trouble. I'm back. I know what could be better. Being back together in real life. And guess what, guys? It's happening. Next week, 9:15. I'll see you there. And parents, for those of you watching, we're at 9:15 because I figured that then we're over by 10:30 and then you've got the rest of the day and you can just go home and chill out, and it's cool, and that's kind of where my parent brain was thinking. And if you wish it had been at the 11:15 service, I'm very sorry, but it's only for 2 weeks, because hopefully we'll be back to one service, restrictions will be lifting, and we can all party, celebrate and hug one another. Can't wait. Anyway, I'm gonna go fishing. Come with me.
Wah, wah, wah.
Well, I've been fishing and I caught a few things. Here's my fishing rod. Ow. Ow. And I caught an octopus. This one only has 4 legs. What a shame. Octopuses usually have 8. I caught a lobster. Well done to me. I caught a shoe. Interesting. And I caught a fish. And actually, this week's story is all about someone. Hold on, I'm not doing very well here. Catching a fish and finding something strange in the fish. So we've done lots of crazy stories. Last week I ate paper because, you know, that's normal. And we've had stories about bears, and we've had stories about bullies, and we've had stories about sweets and all sorts of different things. And this story is all about our friend Jesus and his friend Peter, Simon Peter, depending on which translation you're reading in the Bible.
Oh! We all kind of got it.
So it's in the Bible. And basically, Jesus, he got 12 disciples. Simon Peter was one of his 12 disciples. But although Jesus is the Son of God, and he's pretty cool, and I think that he doesn't have to really follow human rules, Jesus still did. And Jesus, in that time, they were ruled by the Romans. Now, the Romans were terrifying. Maybe you've learnt about them in history class. The Romans were really, really scary. And if you didn't do what they said, they would just... But they didn't just, like, quickly unalive you. They wouldn't just quickly do it. They used to torture people, slowly. Horrible things. Use lions, crosses, you know, like Jesus died on the cross. That was a Roman torture device to help people die slowly. And gladiators. Like, the Romans were really cruel people. They did some terrible things to people. And not only did they make things hard for people if, you know, you didn't do as you were told, they would put you through your paces and do some terrible things to you and hurt you and maybe even kill you. They also did terrible things to people who were just going about their everyday business. They collected taxes. Now, if you ask your parents, most of us, adults, have to pay taxes to our government. And we pay those taxes to help us get the NHS. We say it's for free, but we have to pay our taxes to help us get that. We pay a little bit of money from the money that we earn every month. We have to pay our taxes to make sure our roads don't have potholes in them. We have to pay our taxes so that our bins get collected and all that sort of thing. It just helps things to run smoothly, and it's meant to make it fairer and all that sort of thing. But the Romans wanted taxes because they wanted to be rich. They didn't care about looking after the people. They just wanted money off them all the time. And as soon as you became an adult, no matter how much you earned, they wanted your money. They made it really difficult for people. They would ask for their money, and then you'd get terrible tax collectors who would add money on top of that so that they'd take a little bit, the Romans would take a little bit, and the people were left with very little. It was tough. And you would think, I would think, that Jesus wouldn't have to pay taxes. He doesn't have to answer to the Romans. Jesus is the Son of God. He shouldn't have to do what he's told here on earth. He should just be able to not pay anything. Just get on with life. Just do his miracles. Just do amazing things and be left alone, because he's the Son of God, and the Son of God shouldn't have to do anything anyone has to tell him, apart from God. But Jesus in this story showed us something amazing. So basically, Jesus and Simon Peter owed taxes. They were the only two that seemed to have to pay taxes in the group of disciples. So that shows us that they were probably the oldest of the group. And they both owed taxes, and Simon was a bit annoyed about it. And Jesus was like, hey, look, what belongs to Rome, what belongs to Caesar, who was in charge of Rome, he was like the king of the Romans, what belongs to him is his, and on the side of a coin is Caesar. His picture's on there, like we've got the Queen on ours. Caesar had his face on Roman coins, and we should pay what is owed to them. And Simon Peter's like, I don't have any money. How are we going to pay for this? Jesus says, go fishing. Now bear in mind, Simon Peter was a fisherman, and he used to fish to catch fish, to sell fish, to earn money so he could pay his taxes and buy food and stuff like that. So he was like, oh, I don't know how many fish I'm going to have to catch to be able to pay my tax. And Jesus is like, no, just one fish. Just the first fish you catch, just get it. Simon Peter goes, gonna get my fish. I was a lot better fisherman than I am. Probably used nets and stuff rather than this, but anyway. Caught his fish, and then Jesus said, right, once you've caught your fish, open up its mouth, and inside his mouth you will find a coin. And that coin will pay for mine and your taxes. And go and pay our taxes. So, Simon Peter, he goes fishing, catches a fish, takes the fish, opens its mouth, and guess what he finds? A tongue! No, probably, yeah, the fish. Does fish have tongues?
Oh.
Anyway, back to my story. He opened up the mouth and, pulled out a big coin. Now, this isn't a Roman coin because I don't even know if they still exist. And if they do, they're probably in museums. So this is the biggest coin I could get and the one with the most value that we have in the UK. That's a £2 coin. You could buy a lot of sweets with a £2 coin. But Simon Peter pulled out of the fish a big coin and he took it and he paid for his and Jesus's taxes. That's crazy. Fish don't usually swim around with money in their mouths. And yet, Simon Peter found money in a fish's mouth, all because Jesus told him to. Now, one of the things I think is amazing about this story is that even though Jesus was the Son of God and probably could have got away with not paying his taxes because, like, the Son of God probably can get away with it, he still obeyed the laws of the land. Unless it was unjust, unless it was wrong, unless it was hurting people or causing destruction and mayhem, Jesus wouldn't follow those sorts of rules. But when it came to just like the ordinary stuff that we're meant to do every day to help our society run, Jesus kind of still did it. You know, he followed the 10 Commandments. He followed the laws that were there in the Roman days. In the Bible times, whenever. Jesus followed those things because he realised that sometimes we just have to get on with it. We just have to do what we're being told to do. But if it's unjust and it's unlawful, not just unlawful because the law could tell you to do it, but if it's wrong, if it's not something that would please God, if it's not something that we're taught about in our Bible that pleases God, then we shouldn't do it. We should always put God first, look after other people, and ensure that we're keeping our hearts good. So, yeah, as an adult, I have to pay my taxes, even though I kind of would rather not. And I could use that money to feed the poor. I could use that money to go on missions trips. I could use that money for other things, but it's the right thing to pay my taxes. Now, there might be things in your life that you're like, this just doesn't make sense. I don't understand why I have to do this. I could do better. Why do I have to go to school? You might say, I don't have to go to school anymore. Why do I have to go to school? I could use my time differently. I could use my time volunteering to feed homeless people. I could use my time to help a dog shelter. I could use my time to make cards for people in old people's homes. You could. This is true. But sometimes we have to do things we don't want to do. Sometimes we have to do things because it's the right thing to do at the time. Sometimes we just have to get on with some of the things that our world's saying, this is what we do. This is how we get on with it. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is our big answer for this week. Do what is right. Do what is right. And sometimes that means having to pay our monies and do things we don't want to do and just follow some rules that we have to follow. Sometimes that means fighting for justice. Sometimes that means maybe going against stuff that isn't right in order to protect and love the people that God has given to us, because there are many examples of Jesus doing that in the Bible. If you haven't read the stories of Jesus, or maybe you want a way of being able to understand Jesus a bit more, then I encourage you as a family to watch something called The Chosen. Nothing that our church has made. It's been made by some people out in America, and you just can get it on the app. It's free to watch, and they are the stories of Jesus, and they're incredible, and Jesus is amazing in it. It's really fantastic. But it shows you some of the things that Jesus would do, that he would fight for justice. He would look after those that no one else was looking after. But Jesus also didn't just disrupt things because he fancied it. He did do what was right in society when it was called for and when it was right to do it. So that's my story about a fish having some pennies in its mouth. How exciting. Anyway, next week we're back in person together for 2 services, but NLK is in the first service at 9:15. So I hope to see you there. Can't wait. Toodaloo, ta-ra, bye-bye.
Throw this down for a catch.
I don't have a quarrel with you, teacher. We've been doing this all night. Nothing. All right.